says in verse 14, you were the anointed cherub who covers. He covers the throne with worship. I establish you. You are on the holy mountain of God. You walk back and forth in the midst of fiery stones. It couldn't hurt him. You were perfect in your ways from the day you were created, till iniquity was found in you. By the abundance of your trading, you become filled with violence within. And you sin. Therefore I cast you as a profane thing out of the mountain of God. And I destroy you, O covering cherub, from the midst of the fiery stones. Your heart was lifted up because of your beauty. You corrupted your wisdom for the sake of your splendor. I cast you to the ground. I laid you before kings, that you might be gazed, that they might gaze at you. You defiled your sanctuaries by the multitude of your iniquities, by the iniquity of your trading. Therefore I brought fire from your midst. It devoured you, and I turned you to ashes upon the earth in the sight of all who saw you. All who knew you among the people are astonished at you. You become a horror and shall be no more forever. Just now, in verses 11 up to verses 15, Jesus was created beautiful. Now he's become an ugly person. Why? Because when he was covering the throne, and when he was making the music for God around the throne, he looked at himself and he says, why should this person, why should God get what I have? Forgetting that it is God that has created him to be like that. The Bible said you were beautiful, you had wisdom, you had all the pipes and instruments building you. You walked through the fire. Now the same fire that you walked through and it didn't hurt you or burn you, that same fire will turn against you. You were beautiful. That same wisdom that you had, you corrupted. Because I gave you the wisdom and now you corrupted this wisdom. So God never created Satan. Satan became proud and had pride in himself that said that I will ascend myself above the throne of God. And I will be higher than God. And I will be greater than God. The Creator cannot be greater than the Creator. You can never be greater than God. You fool yourself if you think you're greater than God. And when he lifted himself up in heaven, that's when pride came in. And the Bible says that pride comes before a fall. And because he was lifted up from beauty and splendor, he became ugly and a horror. He had a position in heaven. He was called, like I said, the covering cherub. Covered. He had a position near to the throne of God.